Good morning, English 2. Um, I recorded myself reading We Should Hang Out Sometime. Ooh, that's upside down. Yesterday. And I thought I uploaded it, but I deleted it. So I've got to reread it this morning. So I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I just got done running and I took a shower. So we are at Lily Moore. Background. We are on page chapter 20, or sorry, chapter 25. So just saw him realize that once again somebody else had a crush on him and he just could not read the signs. I feel like in a way he struggles a bit with just kind of reading women in general, which I mean if we read this we see that like, okay, why don't these girls just say, hey, I like you? Um, so very crazy. So we are at 221, chapter 25. How great is it for us to be able to meet together and enjoy this book and listen to it? We're very, very blessed to be in a time where we can have technology. Um, at some point, I'm thinking about doing a live Discord for you guys. Thinking about getting Mrs. Oberst over here and doing just some Q&A about your reading and all that stuff. So we'll see how things go, and we might be seeing each other on the 31st. So we just don't know, right? We just don't know until we get there. So I just want to say that I feel very blessed to be able to do this, that this is 2020 and I can converse with you and we can still kind of be together. You're seeing me though, and I'm not able to see you, and that makes me sad. So we're going to figure something out, whether we do a live Discord or there's something called a Google Hangout. So I thought about doing that as well. So we'll figure it out though. Chapter 25. One of the first things I learned at college was how difficult it is to get into a fraternity party if you don't have a membership at that fraternity, a membership at another fraternity, or boobs, preferably a pair. With minimal fabric standing between them and the eyes of the guy working the door. That we lacked any of these prerequisites was why my new friend Brad and I found ourselves trying to slip in through a basement window we had managed to pry open several inches. Fortunately, we were both relatively skinny. Why was I so desperate to get into a college party? For years, it had been my goal to find a girlfriend. When I went to college, I added to that list objectives of finding a group of close friends, a crew, if you will, who could, among other things, help me navigate the world of dating. Tony, my childhood friend since college, and I had not stayed as close during high school, so I had never had anyone to give me advice when I was trying to date Francesca or Evelyn. That's why Brad and I found ourselves shoving our bodies through that basement window. We thought we might meet some girls at the party. Maybe I could CFD with one of them. But even if we failed on those accounts, nothing bonds two people together like breaking and entering. So either way, I could end up with a closer friend as a result of the adventure. We dropped from the window into the corner of the room about 5 feet from a makeshift bar, several kegs behind it. No one said anything or even looked twice at us. At a party like this one, I realized there was a high ratio of people who were there to have fun versus people who were there to enforce the rules. And most of the tiny group that fell into the latter category were already stationed at the front door, turning away guys like me and Brad. The partygoers who saw us, the ones who were there purely for fun, couldn't care less about our method of entry. You want a beer? Brian asked. Nah, I said. I'm going to get in line. There were 2 lines for beer, a guy's line and a girl's line. Fraternity brothers worked the kegs behind the bar and evidently also chose which line to give priority to. The guys' line snaked all the way across the floor of the basement to the stairwell where people entered from the front door upstairs. The girls' line was 3 girls long. Anyway, I decided I didn't want to drink until I was 21. It wasn't like I wanted to take the moral high road, I just didn't like breaking rules. Unless those laws happened to be preventing me from opportunity to meet girls, in which case I was happy to engage in a couple of trespassings via a basement window. While Brad waited in line, I made my way to the other side of the basement, where the sticky tile floor dropped several feet to another level that served as a dance floor. It was packed with sweaty revelers. Rap music was blaring. Most people held a red Solo cup in one hand and gripped the body of their dance partner with the other. Unlike high school, I saw there was not much circle dancing as at a frat party. Grinding was rampant. Virtually everyone was paired off. The guys who didn't have a girl to dance with prowled the open floor on the higher level, watching for a girl who didn't have a guy on her already. I spotted a smile and a wave that seemed to be directed at me. I waved back. It was Paulette, another freshman. I had hung out with her a couple of times, not that we should hang out sometimes, hanging out, just with a group or whatever. She motioned me over where she was dancing with some friends. In contrast to the semi-intoxicated bros prowling the perimeter, I didn't want to accost a girl I had never met with a proposition to dance, so Paulette was an ideal candidate for CFDing. After all, she was probably here in search of a dance partner, right? Maybe even a boyfriend? I mean, why else would you come to a frat party? Plus, I wasn't going to grind on her. I would put my hands on her hips and then we would sway back and forth together. It would be fun. Good old-fashioned CFDing. Maybe that's why she had motioned me to come over in the first place. She wanted to dance with a boy she knew. A boy like me. It took me a full 20 minutes to work up the courage. I would tell myself at the end of this song, no, at the end of this song, and so forth. Finally, I just did it, like tearing off a Band-Aid. All at once, I took a step forward on my fake leg, so I was only a few inches away from her, placing my hands on her waist and trying to smile a friendly smile while rather nervous. She immediately snapped back, pushing my hands away like she was ripping off a pair of pants she had discovered to be infested with spiders. Sorry, she said, slowing down a little as if she were worried she had overreacted. I just don't like to dance like that. The way she had instantly shoved away my hands as if there were too grotesque to allow her near her body, as if they were infected with some contagious disease, was more personal and painful than the worst case scenario I could have imagined. I was so shocked that for a moment I dropped my mask of confidence. That hurt was written all over my face. All that time I had wasted building up my nerve. That entire internal monologue, pep talk, had been for nothing. In fact, worse than nothing. It had led me to rejection, a violent physical rejection. Getting rejected by a girl you are trying to dance with is different than getting rejected by one you asked out on a date. Not necessarily worse or better, just different, right? When a girl says no to a date, you presume there were some logic behind that decision. She made an evaluation of you in her mind, summing up your traits, her attention to you, your past history, your 5-year plan, the make and model of your car, etc. And then she gave her answer to you. No. But when a girl rejects your advances on the dance floor, it is something deeper, more instinctual, more visceral. She is at a fundamental gut level not attracted to you. In fact, she is in some way repelled by you, by your smell, by your presence, by the feeling of your body touching hers. Her rejection of you is precognitive, a pure animal reflex. The dance floor rejection had a stronger physical charge than your body is not enough. I don't want it to be near mine. And this charge is amplified, I think, if you happen to be an amputee, because it throws a spark on the kindling of insecurity you were already harboring concerning the shape of your body. At any rate, I wouldn't dance in the presence of Paulette and her friends after that rejection. I was angry, I was hurt, I was humiliated. I waved a wordless goodbye and turned to find Brad. Paulette grabbed my arm. Wait, stay and dance with us some more. She was smiling. I couldn't tell if she was trying to make up for the way she had made me feel or if she was completely oblivious to it. I offered no explanation. That I was walking away communicated everything I had to say. I found Brad. I'm leaving. Now? I nodded tersely. You want me to come with you? If you want. He looked around, surveying the room, and then back at me. All right, hold on. He drowned his beer in a single gulp, tossing the cup into a nearby trash can, and we left out the front door. Despite my anger, or perhaps because of it, I couldn't help but look over my shoulder and smile at the bouncers as we exited, pushing through the crowd that was trying to get in. Suckers. Brad and I sat outside and I told him what had happened, and he listened. I had to admit, having a friend to talk about it with did not make me feel better. Not completely, that is, but it did feel better than holding it all inside. Dang. See, right? Is, hey, you want to go on a date? No, not really. Versus, dancing with someone and them completely pushing you off, or those different rejections. How do you deal with those rejections, right? Like, I mean, at a pure level, rejection just makes you feel lesser, right? Like this one person's point of view, their attraction to you equates to all of your worth, right? I mean, let's be honest here. Everybody is attracted to people for different reasons, wants to hang out with people for different reasons. Um, there is somebody out there for everybody. And I just feel like this kid cannot catch a break, right? We know in the end that he ends up with a wonderful wife and he's amazing and successful and it molded him into who he is. But I think this is the perfect book to read with you guys, especially as sophomores, because I felt like Tabitha as a sophomore, I just didn't know where I fit. And I felt like sophomore year was the most mentally draining year I had. Junior year was definitely the most academically draining. So, I hope that you're enjoying this book and you're enjoying like kind of his journey. Once again, Mrs. Zobrist and I, we're going to try to find time to do like a live chat on Discord, maybe see each other through video. If Discord won't work, we're going to try Google Hangout. So just look for a time when we'll post on Classroom letting you know when you can talk to us live. Once again, we miss you guys very, very much. Make sure that you are doing your discussion boards for your book and that you're reading that book every day, just so we can stay on top of everything when we see each other again. I hope you're well. I'm hoping that Post Malone sees these videos because the girl is not looking this cute for nothing. Right, Post? I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. That's my dog itching his neck and moving the camera. Do you want to see him? He's adorable. This is Bandit. Hi, Bandy boy. Look at Mama. Say hello. That's Bandit. Yeah, I love you, buddy. You want to come see everybody? Oh, I love a bee. I love a bee. We're very blessed to have animals. They're so sweet, and they love us even when we're stinky. Sometimes more. I'll see you guys soon.